This guy knows a thing or two about Bitcoin. Saifedean Ammous is an international best-selling author. He wrote the top book in crypto, The Bitcoin Standard. And the way he describes Bitcoin adoption is very articulate. It's very entertaining. Let's watch this together. It's a 2-minute clip.
It's not optional. I mean, you will either move there or you will watch your wealth lose its value as the people who put their money there appreciate. You know, I mean, just think about it. You know, if you have $1 million and you put them in a currency that's constantly depreciating, where somebody has $10,000 and puts them in a currency that's constantly appreciating, it's only a matter of time until they overtake you. And you know, people are not stupid. They will realize this and they will want to move forward. So when I talk about Bitcoin adoption, people think of it as being like, say, Apple iPhone adoption. You know, it's very nice and very cute, and then people will buy it. But I think that's not the model for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more like gunpowder adoption. You know, if you think about it, did the French army have a choice whether they should adopt gunpowder or not? You know, did they decide, no, you know what, we like to keep it real with sticks and stones and swords, and we're not going to use gunpowder? If, you know, any army that decided to do this, it didn't matter, because then another army with gunpowder would come and take over France. So eventually everywhere in the world ended up with gunpowder, either because people adopted it or because it was used against them. And I think Bitcoin is like that. Bitcoin is like financial gunpowder. It's the safest way of sending money halfway around the world, the most secure way, and it's the hardest money that we've ever invented. So it's not something that is, you know, whether we should or want to, or whether people, you know, we try to win people over. And this, you know, this is why my book is not marketing for Bitcoin, because I don't think marketing for Bitcoin matters. At the end of the day, this is economic reality. The harder money will win. You know, gold beats silver, and I discussed this in my book, not because you know, there was better marketing for gold or there was better propaganda for gold. It beat silver because of economic reality. Gold grew at a much slower rate than silver. The value of silver declined, and I think this is really the case with Bitcoin, I think, in the long run.
So why is Bitcoin adoption like gunpowder adoption? It's because over time the majority of wealth tends to move towards the hardest of the assets. That's why you probably have the majority of your savings also not in fiat, but rather in stocks or in property. Does a house really appreciate in value, or is it fiat that is depreciating? Probably the latter, right? The house doesn't really become better, it rather becomes worse. It needs more maintenance. It doesn't automatically grow new rooms or gets nicer tiles or builds itself a new heating system or cooling system. Houses don't appreciate. Fiat depreciates, and so the illusion of houses appreciating over time in terms of fiat is created. But still, houses leak value. It needs upkeep, it needs property taxes, and still, after all that leakage, it tends to be a good investment because it's better than just holding cash that inflates. And so the argument here is that Bitcoin leaks value less, and thus capital should be moving towards the hardest of the monies over time, as you have seen in the past from capital that moved from silver to gold. If you've got Telegram and you're looking for a community of fellow Bitcoiners, feel free to join us. Simply search for Bitcoin Strategy Channel within the Telegram app or click the link down below. I hang around there regularly. Looking forward to seeing you there. Bye bye.